Hi students, coming to the next topic, that is the polymorphism and inheritance. In the previous video I explained the two more features, that is the features of object oriented programming, that is one is abstraction and the encapsulation. Now let us see in this video what is a polymorphism and inheritance. So I'm just giving the basic idea about the polymorphism and inheritance. Actually, the polymorphism, the word itself is saying poly means many, morphism means forms. So it's saying that many forms, so whatever you are taken, so that can be represented in many forms. So there are two types of polymorphism. That one is the compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. So let us see the example for this polymorphism. Actually, if you take, I said one thing can be represented in many forms, that you call it as a polymorphism. Exactly. So if you take the world, so in the world you can represent like this also. In world you are having the India, one country, okay, China is another country, USA is another country. Okay, so again in India you are having different states, Delhi, AP. Okay, so if you take USA, again you are having different states like New York, Washington. Okay, so this is one can represented in many forms. It can be represented in many forms. So this you call it as a polymorphism. Now let us come to another feature. That one is inheritance. So inheritance is nothing but it's having the is a relation. Is a relation. So I'll explain what is this is a relation. Okay, so actually this is a mechanism of driving. Inheritance is nothing but it is a mechanism of deriving a new class from an existing class. Okay, so inheritance is a mechanism of deriving a new class from an existing class. So what is this new class and what is its derived class? Let us see. Actually, inheritance is of 5 types. 5 types will be there in inheritance. One is the single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So these are all the different 5 types of inheritance that are used in the while you are writing the programs. So it may be a single level, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, and hybrid. So let us see one by one. So first one is the single level. So I said inheritance is a mechanism of deriving a new class from an existing class. So if already one class is existing, okay, if one class is existing, it deriving a new class from existing class. So here suppose the flower is there, flower, and the rose. So this you call it as a derived class. And this is the base class. So from base class we derived another class. So this you call it as inheritance. It acquiring the properties of the base class. The derived class will acquire the properties of base class. So here rose is a flower. Rose is a flower. If the arrow is like that, it's saying that rose is a flower. So this you call it as is a relationship. So we said that inheritance is a relation. Why it is easy? Here this rose is a flower. So means it is deriving the properties of the base class. This is a representation of single level. Now coming to next level, that is the multi. Second is multi-level. So what is this multi-level inheritance? So let us take one example for multi-level inheritance. So take this only. Here the world. World is a base class. So in the world, India. Okay. Again, India is derived from, means we deriving the classes means India. In India, you are having the Rajasthan. Suppose in the Rajasthan, you are having Jaipur. So this is multi-level. So in the world, you are having India. India is one of the country in the world. Okay. In India, you are having the one of the state Rajasthan. So Rajasthan, you are having in Rajasthan, Jaipur is there. Okay. This is a multi-level. Now coming to the another, that is the next is multiple. The third inheritance is multiple. So how we represent multiple inheritance? So let us see the example. So this is multiple is represented like this. So with the one base class will be derived by two derived class. So this is a representation of multiple. So here suppose if you take bird. So the bird may be a parrot or a sparrow. So this is the way you will express the multiple inheritance. Next is hierarchical. So how we will represent the hierarchical? So hierarchical is just like if you take suppose the previous example, the world. So from the world, you are having different countries, India, okay, USA. So suppose if you take only two, India, USA. In India, you are having Delhi, okay. So Delhi, Telangana. So in the USA, you are having New York, California. Okay. So this is the way you will represent the hierarchical model. So this is the hierarchical model. You are having the parent class, child class, okay, child. So this is the representation of hierarchical inheritance. So what is that hybrid? So last one is the hybrid inheritance. So the hybrid inheritance may be, it should be it may be hierarchical plus multiple, or it may be multi-level plus multiple. So hybrid is a combination of hierarchical plus multiple and the multi-level plus multiple. So hierarchical plus multiple can be represented like, suppose it is like class A. Okay. So class A is derived from class A derived class B, and this is class C. Both are acquiring the properties of class D, class C is acquiring the properties of class D, and the same way class A is acquiring the properties of class D. So this is the hierarchical plus multiple inheritance. Whereas coming to the multi-level plus multiple inheritance, class A, class B, suppose here the class C and the class D. So this is the multi-level and multiple this is the multi-level, and this you call it as a multiple hierarchy. So the hybrid inheritance can be is the combination of hierarchical plus multiple, and as well as multi-level plus multiple. Okay, so these are the different hierarchicals of different inheritance that are used while you're writing the program. Okay, so let us see a simple representation of single level, multi-level and multiple hierarchy in the form of a simple programs. Suppose if you take single level, so single level, I said the example as suppose this here you are having the flower is the base class. From flower we derived the you are having the derived class. So this is the base class and this is the derived class. It inherits the properties. So the code for this class base, so in the base you are having the data members and you are having the functions. So this you call it as a single level. So means here I write only the base class. So this is the base class. Here I write only the base class. Now coming to the derived class. So what is how you will represent the derived class? Class derived colon public base. So here we are acquiring the properties whatever there in the base class into the derived class. Class data members and functions here you have to write. So for whatever the program, and this is the syntax of the single level inheritance. So first you are writing the base class. From base class you derived the derived class. So this is the syntax for the single level inheritance. Now coming to the next is multi-level. So let us see the program how the multi-level. Class A. So this is the class A. Here you are having the data members and the functions. Class B, public class A. Again class C, public class B. Again class D, public class C. Okay, so this is a multiple inheritance. What's saying here? The base class A, it's derived from B, again C, D. So this is multi-level inheritance. So this is a way you have to be represent. Now coming to the next one. So next is the next is multiple inheritance. So how you'll write? So suppose take class A having some data members and the functions. Class B having data values and the functions. Now you have to write, you have to inherit the properties. Class C E colon public A comma public B. So this is the way you have to write the multiple. So what it say? Here the A and the B both are derived from the class C. Okay. So this is how you have to write the program of multiple inheritance, single level inheritance and multi-level inheritance. Thank you.